105.9 WMAL.
There's a lot of us out there
Making sense of the news. Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. O'Connor and Company.
It's 7:37. It's O'Connor and Company this Friday morning in your nation's capital. Thanks for letting us be a part of your morning routine. Coming up at 8:05, John Eastman's going to join us, constitutional law expert. And, he had to be ruined, of course, because he gave the President of the United States legal advice about the 2020 election. And, we can't have that. He's doing a panel today about lawfare because he's been a victim of it. Also, Jack Brewer is going to join us at 8:35. I really love that guy. He's inspirational, and he's doing great things with young men, troubled young men who need father figures, who need, they need fathers, let's face it.
That's right.
In absence of father, Jack Brewer is that father figure. Patrice Onwuka, it's always good to spend my morning with you.
Happy Friday, everybody. Live from CPAC.
It is a Friday, and it's always nice to spend time with our guest sitting across from us, Kira Davis, the legendary.
Yes,
Kira
it is.
Davis.
Hi, Lair Bear.
She calls me Lair Bear. That ends right now. No one else is allowed to call me that.
I love it. Listen, Kira, I've looked up to you as a conservative woman when I just started out in my career, probably, 15 years ago now, and you were one of the few voices out there that that resonated with me,
yeah.
And I love that I get to sit across from you right now. I feel like
she
I am.
never says this about me.
No, of course not.
Well, wait, Larry, I brag about you when you're not around.
No, it's just because I'm not a black woman like Kira. Go ahead, say it.
No, actually.
But you can be if you try hard enough.
Right.
You just have not
no,
tried.
There's an
hard
executive order that keeps me from doing that now. Damn it.
anymore.
That's true.
But Kira, it's wonderful to see you.
Thank you. Thanks
and
for having me.
I think that you probably feel like, wow, I look across CPAC, I look across, so many platforms, and I see so many people who are coming into the fold, who are tapping into their conservative principles and values, some of which are intrinsic to their cultures. I'm from the Caribbean. My husband is African. A lot of the values, the family values, the conservative principle values resonate, and people are embracing that right now. Do you feel that in a way that you haven't in the past decade?
Yeah, I do really feel like things are starting to snap back a little bit, and I'm seeing not even as much as other people going, okay, I want to live this way now, or I want to see what this is about. But people like you and I going, I feel bolder to speak about this lifestyle, whatever your traditional lifestyle, my faith, my marriage, the two genders, coastal border, like whatever. You feel more free to say those things. And the reason why the left, the reason why our opposition or our enemies, for lack of a better term, the reason why they work so hard to censor us and we're so successful for so long is because when we speak our truth, which is just these are our American values and there's success if you live them out, when we advertise that truth, for people to see, it's persuasive, it's convincing because the evidence is there, right?
But you're a Californian, and you focus a lot on pop culture issues, Hollywood issues, and things. Things have changed because Tom Hanks does this thing on Saturday Night Live. He's playing the MAGA hat guy on Black Jeopardy, and they do this thing where he doesn't want to shake a black man's hand, right? And he's acting like and it died. I mean, that thing was just mocked to no end. And then this is Saturday Night Live. Tom Hanks was and it went nowhere because people know that that's a lie, right? I mean, it's like the emperor has no clothes. We all see it now.
We all see it now. And by the way, like most of us voted for that. So
exactly.
The people who this idea that
more black people voted for
right.
Donald Trump than any Republican since the 60s, and they're acting like Trump supporters don't want to shake a black man's hand.
I know.
Explain the humor to me.
By the way, 6 months ago, if I went anywhere and was in a black community or with my other black friends and family, I certainly couldn't have whispered about my job or Trump. And now there are people who are very bold and want to ask me about it.
Yeah, but Kira, and listen, part of what makes you such a great and engaging communicator, and your podcast, by the way, Just Listen to Yourself, is incredibly entertaining.
Thank you.
But some of your best stuff and how you got on my radar and really Andrew Breitbart's radar was your very first video that you did during the Obama administration because it was personal.
Yeah.
And you talk about your life and you talk about what's going on in your life. And so you've recently revealed something going on personally in your life with your own mother.
Yeah. Well, a little bit of background on me. I'm actually originally Canadian. My mom's a Canadian. My father was an American. That's how I got here. But my mom still lives up in Canada. I jokingly say she's a godless hippie, but that is really what she is. And she's always had an issue with A, my faith, and B, my conservative leanings as I've grown. But family's family. But last week we were trying to make plans. Both my children are graduating this year, one from high school, one from college.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so we're trying to make arrangements to get her out here. And she sent us a message back, and she said, I'm afraid I can't be a part of your lives. Like, I can't come to the graduations as long as, her words, Orange Badman is president.
Wow.
And I think it's wrong that he's threatening Canada. And I hope that this isn't the end of us, but I just can't.
But she's not attending the graduations of her grandchildren because Trump got elected president.
Wow. She has ostensibly decided to remove herself from our family because of Trump. And so, although I think when someone does that, there's other things going on.
Yeah.
So I sound casual about it. I'm not casual about it. It's a deep hurt, but at the same time, maybe this is a long time coming in a way. That generation really is missing a lot of core values that has made it hard for them to plug into family, to be honest. And when I posted that video, Larry, I got 100 DMs from people going, this is what's happening in my marriage. This is what's happening with my parents.
Wow.
My best friend disconnected from me. I almost felt guilty hitting send on that. I was like, maybe I shouldn't air our dirty laundry. But I was upset, and I'm a communicator. And I got so many responses, Larry. That's many.
Remarkable.
You mentioned your faith as part of the issue with your mom. And I'm pretty sure Jesus Christ said something about parents and their children being separated over faith in him. So it's okay. I think he's laid it out there, and he warned us.
And a friend gave me that advice too. Yeah. And she said, Kira, sometimes you got to pick up your cross.
Yeah.
Wow. So, but I trust in God. I trust the Lord. I've been given a wonderful family. I love being an American. Yeah. I hated to watch the Americans lose last night
I know,
Canada.
That was rough. And real fast, we're almost. I'm sorry, but you ran for school board in. I know. This is what happens.
See,
we're old friends.
We're old friends. Sorry, Patrice.
It's okay.
You ran for school board. You've also been involved now in California in voter integrity.
Yes.
And you've been doing a lot with that. What's happening? Because there's actually a movement to fix California's voter problem.
Yes,
right?
I want everyone to pay attention to California for the next 6 to 12 months. There's a lot going on there, and I know people say it's never going to flip. Right. You can't do it. Let me tell you.
Wow.
Things are changing. By the way, California has a cycle. It goes every 60 to 65 years, it flips. Now, we're a young country, so it's not a lot going on there. We're in year 65 here.
Wow.
Okay? Combine this with LA fires, earthquakes, crime, border, Newsom, Karen Bass, all the ridiculousness, Trump, MAGA era, the golden age. People are ready for change. So there's we can't change California until we clean up the voter rolls, because we are deeply corrupt, as our president knows and has spoken about a lot. I think he's sending in the troops. I also think the troops that are currently in California have work to do, and we are organizing and doing it. So we're going to be purging and suing and doing all of the things, and I think you're going to see a major shift in California coming up.
I just want to be clear to our friends on the West Coast, when she says sending in the troops, she does not mean the military.
Right.
She's
not right now.
Metaphor.
But you don't want me to be president. Like, you get the military, you get a nuke, you get a nuke, you get a nuke.
Kira Davis has a fantastic Substack, and her podcast is Just Listen to Yourself. And I'm sorry, Patrice.
It's okay.
I was like, before we started, it's like, oh, Patrice, you take the lead on this interview.
I got one question in, but that's okay.
Sorry.
That is okay.
You're going to come on my podcast, though, and then we'll have a real conversation.
I love it.
Without
Thank you
Larry.
so much. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Larry.
I'm feeling a little slighted now. It's 7:40.